All right, so it is time. So I'm actually outside, and you're probably going to hear a lot of traffic. But so I normally talk about alternative investments, and I think this is huge for UFC card investors or collectors as well. This is amazing news, and you can get cards really cheap, and they're probably going to go up in price, and these are the guys you need to be looking at. And I'm also going to talk about some of the top cards that you should be buying as well for these players. So number one is, so also is going to coincide with big fights and the major players and the implications at play. Okay, so the next UFC event is 264. This is going to be huge. It's going to be so big. It's going to be Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. You know, this is considered a super fight, very famous. Pay-per-views are going to be insane, and it's so many eyes because of Conor McGregor, and Dustin Poirier is legitimate. So people seeing this as going to be a great fight, and Conor McGregor is actually favorite. Here's the thing, though. I wouldn't be buying his cards. His best card is the 2012 Topps Bloodlines, and then really the best one for that is the auto. You're going to see more BGS 9.5s than PSA 10 9.5, especially with the auto, just because most people graded them with BGS. They're going to be more coming back from PSA, but also these cards are very hard to grade, and people really didn't start thinking about grading them until last year. So one of the things is that if you can't get his 2012 Topps Bloodline, 2013 Topps Bloodline, then you can get his 2014 cards, like Knockout, or there's Bloodlines, or you can go and get his just any autos for certain years, or his 2017 Topps Chrome. I prefer serial number. I sold my serial number for Conor McGregor because I believe I can buy it back later for cheaper. I may be wrong. Also, for Conor McGregor, there is Topps 2017, but Topps Chrome is his first ever Topps Chrome, or you can get the 2021 Panini Prism. Topps Museum, I believe the first Topps Museum is 2016, so you can get his first Topps Museum, especially autos and serial number, but there are not that many Conor McGregor cards period out there, but these are some of the ones that you should definitely be looking at. Dustin Poirier, his first cards were 2011 Topps Finest. His stuff is way cheaper than Conor McGregor. I believe Dustin Poirier could win because Conor McGregor is struggling with a staph infection. Dustin Poirier is been more focused. You know what? I would say Conor will probably win because the UFC kind of needs him to still be dominant because they haven't found a particular fighter yet. I think Francis Ngannou and Israel Adesanya will be the top two guys who are going to replace him, but we'll see. So Dustin Poirier 2011 Topps Finest, probably 2012. You can probably find them in 2012, 2013 Topps Bloodlines were interesting sets. Also, you can find them obviously in the Topps Chrome 2017 and 2021 Panini Prism are good sets and notable sets to find him in. Next is Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson. I believe this could show contenders as far as a year from now. Stephen Thompson is karate background, tremendous fighter. I believe his first year cards are 2013. I believe those are 2013 Topps Knockout. And nickname is Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Actually, it's 2012 Topps UFC Bloodlines number 144 of Stephen Thompson. That's his top card. There's a black, there's a country flag. There's quite a bit for Topps Bloodline. That's the first Topps Bloodline, I believe, that came out. That has Khabib Nurmagomedov's rookie. So if you have the box, perfect. So people, if they know about Khabib, they probably have seen his card somewhere. You can get 2013 Topps Bloodline if you want, or 2013 Topps UFC Knockout. Great set as well. And Stephen Thompson is a great guy. He's not a trash talker like Conor McGregor. He's not a trash talker like Conor McGregor. Next And Gilbert Burns could win as well. His first card is a 2021 Panini Prism. So he's a newer kind of guy. But he's older though. I mean, he was born in '86. So that's someone else. The next person I think is really big to look at is Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley is going to get a lot of attention this year, especially with this fight card with Conor McGregor on there. And then he knocks people out, and he does it in a interesting fashion. It gets people's attention the way he does it. A lot of times he knocks someone down and just walks away. Sometimes he doesn't really finish the fight, which is an issue, but people think he may be the next Conor McGregor. He's not as good of a showman as him, but he is really interesting for a lot of people, and a lot of people see him as a future champion. I believe he fights at 135, and he's going against Luis Smolka. So Sean O'Malley, his cards is 2018 Topps Chrome. Next, really big news is Islam Mezchev, 2019 Topps Chrome. Not many of his cards, but you have to get them. I see some auctions for some refractors, and I'm probably going to pick them up. So I'm probably going to be competing with some of you guys. But I think he's better than Khabib Nurmagomedov on the ground. He is better, and he's going to dominate 155. So even if Conor McGregor wins and maybe he beats Oliveira, then he's going to go against Islam, and Islam is going to maul him. Islam is maybe the future best ever, and there are not many of his cards even out. So I think that he is someone people are really focused on and want to buy, and I think he's going to be a beast. Other one is big news. Good news and bad news. So John Jones and Stipe Miocic won't be fighting until 12 months from now at the least, and it may be those two fighting each other in 2022, and it probably won't be for the title before John Jones ends up fighting for the actual title. Francis Ngannou will not be fighting. He wants to fight in September. Unfortunately, he will not. July fight is going to be Cyril Gane. He's a heavyweight versus Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis is hilarious. Derek Lewis's best card, I believe, is 2017. That's his rookie year. 2015, actually. 2015 Topps Chronicles. There's a fight poster preview, but also he has 2017 Topps Museum Collection. I was gonna buy one, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't do it. Should have got it. But he fights August 7th is going to be that fight. I think that's an interesting fight. And that's going to be for the interim heavyweight champion. And whoever wins out of those two will be fighting Francis Ngannou for the champion. It's kind of be champion versus champion. So in the UFC, if you don't understand, there'll be so many title fights within a year. So for whatever reason, the fighter isn't ready, the champion isn't ready, or there's an injury, for example, and the champion can't defend his title, there's a certain amount of time where the fighter has a chance to recover from the injury, and they do a replacement fight, and it's for the interim champion until the actual champion is free, and he'll just fight the winner of the interim championship. Or the guy is away for personal issues or training or something else going on. But you have to have so many title fights within a year for that particular weight class, and it's scheduled at a certain date. And if that fighter isn't ready, then they have to find some other people to fight for the championship. So it's actually going to be bigger because you're going to have more eyes, and it's almost going to be like this almost champion versus champion kind of a thing. 2021 Panini Prism is going to be Cyril Gane's first cards. So that's another one, and this could be the biggest fight of the year. These two guys going at each other, and it probably may be the biggest pay-per-view draw outside of Conor McGregor, because Francis Ngannou, as a Derek Lewis fight in the championship, it's going to be crazy, to be honest with you, because these two, especially Francis Ngannou, could be the biggest UFC star ever, and maybe the biggest athlete in the world, just from his background and all the things he overcame growing up in the Congo. Other crazy fights that I think people really should be, or other fighters people really should be looking at, I am interested in TJ Dillashaw on July 24th. It's going to be on ESPN. Nobody else really. Amanda Nunes, August 7th. I mean, pick up her cards. I think she can submit her legacy. It's already submitted. Like, she's the greatest woman fighter ever, and I think she's going to be piling on, and you're probably going to see another impressive performance. Other one is Jose Aldo. Also, Amanda Nunes cards' first year is 2014, I believe. Actually, let me check. 2013 Topps Bloodline. The card number is number 63. There's a black, there's a flag, parallel, platinum, printing plates. That's an insert. And then printing plates yellow and bloodlines red. And then there's a 2014 UFC Topps Champion. That's a card that you go after. But this is our rookie stuff. There's other things. I mean, I would definitely suggest getting autos from her. She didn't sign much stuff through her career, and there aren't that many cards for her, period. Jose Aldo is another person. He's already a legend. He's kind of known for getting knocked out by Conor McGregor, but I think he's going to be a better all-time great than Conor, just because he's been in the fight game so much for so long that, and he's just been so dominant. 2010 Leaf is the first card that ever come out for him. However, if you want an official UFC card, you need to get the 2011 Finest. I would say it's probably the best card, and these cards are cheap for him. All-time great UFC, like, and he's a great guy, great person, great family person. I don't think that's a bad bet. I don't know if he's going to have the popularity. He's not the popularity as Conor McGregor. However, he's an amazing fighter. Next, as far as notable people that I think could be a steal, Alexander Volkanovski. I actually bought a Volkanovski card. He's the 145 champion. 145 is stacked and 155 is stacked. The best fighters there. He is on a whole nother level than most guys. He didn't fight. He's supposed to fight earlier, I think this year or last year, but he got COVID. But Alexander Volkanovski is a Russian, great wrestling background. He's very dominant. He's going to fight Brian Ortega. That's a good fight. So, I got his 2021 Prism card. It was a serial number. But, also, by the way, the website I'm using is tcdb.com. This is what I use to find rookie cards for a lot of guys. And it goes through different sports from UFC and MMA. Sport, or it's a notable figure, 2019 Topps Chrome. That's his card. And then Brian Ortega is a dangerous fighter. 2018 Topps Chrome is his first card. So I think these are really the top people you should be looking at. And yeah, just keep in mind, John Jones, Stipe won't be fighting until a year later. And both are going to be older. John Jones may not be as good as he was in heavyweight. So you should definitely look at that. But yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more.